take two, because of this guy. All the places are into step. I'm 3 minutes into this thing, and then he steps. He steps right on the mouse, and which is fine, except the mouse is positioned perfectly on top of the stop button. So here we go, take two. Yeah, lounge on the windowsill and just inside the window. It doesn't go out the outside. And just look outside. Just relax. Count the birds. And here he comes. Don't. Okay, enough. He had his 30 seconds of fame. Get out of here. Anyway, this is just a quick, maybe a quick update. First off is a 45 that Eli, NB drummer, picked up for me. It's an RSD release, Record Store Day. It eluded me on Record Store Day, but he was saying that there's a whole bunch of stuff at a local store that he was going to, and I asked him, hey, take a look for this Richard Thompson single, and he said, yeah, they had a couple, and he picked one up for me. You need a little room, buddy? There you go. Jump, 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 jump. He said that they had one of the Richard Thompsons, and he picked it up for me, sent it off, didn't even charge me shipping. He was very generous of him, and went all the trouble to go and pick this up. Thank you very much, Eli. I really appreciate it. It isn't one that has the autograph. I don't know if you knew that or not, but apparently Richard Thompson autographed like 25 of these, or put an autograph inside 25 of these. So anyway, I'm happy just to have the 45. Would have been a bonus to have the autograph. I met him once after a performance at Bumbershoot one year, and there was a lineup of people to meet him afterwards. Nothing formal about it. There was nothing, there was nothing set up. He was just behind where the artists' tents were, for them to hang out before and after the show. And he came out and started talking to people and signing autographs. And I guess I could have had him sign the festival ticket. I didn't think at the time. I otherwise didn't have anything for him to sign. I think he looked at me kind of like, well, what do you want me to sign? I go, well, I don't have anything to sign. I just have a couple of questions, if you don't mind. He says, go ahead. And I asked him about an album, whether or not it should be, I'm kind of curious about this album and whether or not I should look for it and try to find it. And he looked at me, what was it? Honestly, I can't even remember what it was. I'm going to have to take a look and find out. It's a solo. It wasn't a solo project he did. It was a project he did after Fairport Convention with a band of other people. Might have. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to say. I don't want to say because I think I got it wrong. But I asked him about it, and he looked at me and said, avoid it. Like, basically, avoid it. Don't buy it. I don't know the exact words he used, but he basically said, steer clear of that album. It's not worth looking for and picking up. So that was interesting. I'm going to have to find out what album that was again. I can't remember. But anyway, my brush with greatness with Richard Thompson. I've seen the guy about 10 times at least. A couple of times with Danny Thompson from Pentangle playing stand-up bass. So at least 3 times with Danny Thompson. So the other, another 45 I got recently was Band on the Run. A nice UK pressing of it. Again, I've got a Band on the Run, US pressing, I'm pretty sure, and I'll bet I've got a UK pressing, but this one was so nice and clean that I wanted to, to nab it, so I got that guy. This is a 45, an Apple 45 that I've seen online a number of times, but I've never seen it kind of in the wild, and it was priced right, and the top of it is a little scuffed up, a little banged up here and there, but price was right, and it's Ronnie Spector with, well, the A side is a George Harrison song, Try Some, Buy Some, and the B side is Tandoori Chicken, which I believe was written by George Harrison and Phil Spector. Yeah, George Harrison and Phil Spector wrote Tandoori Chicken. So, and this is a standard U.S. Pressing of it. So nice Apple label there. It's in great shape. Doesn't look like it's been played at all, if at all. So anyway, nice to have this. I always like that album. That shot of Ronnie Spector is great. So very cool to have that. And it's great. Try Some, Buy Some is a great song by George. So, which I believe David Bowie also covered on his Reality release. I didn't get that on vinyl. I don't know if Reality came out on vinyl or not, but I did get the Super Audio CD of it with an extra disc on it. And on the main album, it has him doing Try Some, Buy Some, which is a really cool version of it. I keep running into more and more simple minds left and right. I'm happy to do so. I think I got this guy at Sonic Records. This is a double Sweat and Bullet, double 45. I might have shown this in my last update. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of the last time I showed it when I bought it, because I think I've got a couple copies of this at least. I'm hoping this doesn't have one. I think it doesn't. It has. I thought maybe it might have the injection labels, but it doesn't. It has just the good old-fashioned labels. I hate those injection labels. I just, and there are some releases that, I guess they were probably later releases that have injection labels. The original releases don't, so they're later pressing or something. But yeah, I always try to, if I know there's an alternative to it, I will try to get the regular paper labels. So there was another 45 in there. I'm pretty sure it had the same label on it. I went to a UK website, record store online website, that I was able to get the Beatles reissue of Love Me Do last October. But the very, very first ones, before they kind of brought them back, recalled them, and because they were the wrong version of one of them, one version of it was wrong, or the version of Love Me Do was wrong, I guess. They took the album version instead of the single version from the master tapes. And anyways, so I get email from that place now and then, and was looking around their website and found a couple of singles listed. Told a fellow VCer on Facebook, Marsh Gooch, about it, and he was all excited about these two singles. So he ordered 2 copies of each, and so we were able to share postage from the UK. And we got this. This is a T-Rex single, Metal Guru backed with, Telegram Sam back with Metal Guru. Coming soon, the special edition. I think that's already out. I'm not sure. But what's really super cool about it is it's on the T-Rex label, and it's on. This does not do it justice. It's not that dark a blue. Well, it is. When you're looking at it like this, it's that dark a blue. But actually, when you look through it, it's translucent. And it's a nice aquamarine kind of blue. So, very cool. Glad I spotted those. Glad Marsh wanted to go in on ordering them. And I should actually do what I'm thinking of doing later so I don't waste time. And I will do that. The other item is from Go Feet Records. It is a Beat, The Beat. I always want to say English Beat because they're English Beat over here in the US, but over there it's The Beat. And nice 45 release, new 45 release, Mirror in the Bathroom on one side, and Too Nice to Talk to on the other. And this is on a nice translucent, drives me crazy, translucent purple. It almost looks, I don't know what color that could be, plum. But it's a purple color, nice purple color when you look through it. Again, it's like the T-Rex. It's kind of this darkish red color, but when you hold it up to the light, it actually is a nice translucent purple. So that's very cool, very nice. I'm very happy to have that. Both of these. This one got a little crunched on the corner. I think both of ours were crunched on the corner. He pointed that out. And like the gentleman that Marsh is, he actually, I believe, took the worst of the 2 crunched corners. So that was very kind of him. This probably has something to do with the re-release of all their albums. On the back, it has their 3 main albums there that they released. So, very cool. If I remember, I'll try to put the website for that where we got these up. So VCLT came to me. I already mentioned it on Facebook, YouTube, Vinyl Community, but our very own Jay, serving his country over in South Korea, picked this up on eBay for me, sent it to me. It's a nice purple label promo, numbered there, number 881, I believe. There he is, troublemaker. 881, very cool, still in shrink, except for where they did a little slicing and dicing here so that they could do the stamp. Very cool. And there we go. Nice purple label, great. I don't think I had this on. I don't think I had Yellow Submarine on Purple Label. I definitely didn't have a promo of it. So that was very cool. Thank you so much, Jay. I really appreciate it. DJSL is his. I think that's the full address. I'll put the full address of these people that have been so kind to me as to do things like this. But this is, VCLT, very cool. He just sort of messaged me on Facebook saying, "What's your address again?" And I go, obviously didn't have my address over in South Korea. But he said, "What's your address?" And he said he picked something up on eBay for me. So very, very cool. Thank you, Jay. I really appreciate it. So put this down here because Dexter's gonna knock it over. I just know it. Another thanks to Tony, Mr. Fartboy 69, I think. Everybody has a number with their channel name, and I can never remember them. But he tipped everybody off on Facebook, YouTube about this Record Store Day release. It wasn't. I guess it was released in conjunction with Record Store Day. It's the Nick Drake. It was at a great price. Normally they were going for about $28 to $30, and the store that he goes to had these up on eBay. They had about 10 or 15 of them. I'm not sure, but they had sold about 10 of them by the time I got to it, and they're only half the price. They're about $15. And haven't opened it yet, and haven't cracked it open and listened to it, but I'm looking forward to it. Thanks again, Tony, for tipping off me and a lot of other people in the VC on Facebook. Really appreciate it. So, let's see. What else? A few more things. Can't believe I'm over 10 minutes already. Steve Hillage. I went ahead and picked up a Steve Hillage album. I got this at Easy Street last weekend. I was kind of hemming and hawing about it, but because there was another copy of this. This is an import, UK import. There's another copy of this at Silver Platters, but what kind of got me for this one was that it is a Virgin promo. Which is kind of neat. So nothing too much that indicates it as on the outside as being a promo. What was I something on here that kind of? Oh yeah, Todd Rundgren has something to do with this, which is interesting. Produced and engineered by Todd Rundgren. But then he also makes use of Todd Rundgren's Utopia. Todd Rundgren's Utopia appears by courtesy of Bearsville Records, so they must play on some of the records. What's nice is the packaging. Kind of, the outside cover is a little beat. The corner has got a little chunkiness there, and there's a little edge wear. But it's got kind of an original company inner sleeve black with the label there, both sides. Oh, that's cool. I never noticed that before. Library of TJA. It has a person's name there, so that's been kind of stamped on there, which is interesting. Hopefully you gave this up willingly and no one stole it from you. I hope not. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Camera does not do well when I hold things up close to it. But you see right around the ring, right? I'm touching the vinyl. Right around, there's an inner ring right here that kind of crosses into the title of the, it crosses into the title of where it says Steve Hillage, the name of the guy. And right there it says DJ copy for promotional use only, very faintly in green, so it's a little hard to see. But that was I think you can see it there, I'm not sure. But it has that printed on both sides, and that was the very subtle way of saying this is a promo item. So that was very cool and kind of neat to have a promo Virgin label from '76. So very happy to have this. This is very, very cool. Very glad to have this. Let's see. Just a couple more things. I think I might actually get this in under 20 minutes. Hard to believe. Unless, of course, Dexter comes along and does something. And that's always possible. Oh, yeah, that's right. I got this guy. A couple more things. Real quick, I don't think I talked about this. I picked this guy up because I'd never seen this version before. Maybe I have talked about this. Ignore me if I have. Anyway, it's Simple Minds, reel-to-reel cacophony. But the interesting thing is, I think I'm thinking about telling a friend of mine. I think I'm telling Marsha about this last time we were together. I think this is a very original pressing because it's got, it's nice. It probably came with the later pressings as well. It's on, oh, it has, yeah, Zoom Arista Records, so still on Zoom. I have a 45 that's on Zoom, the 45 of theirs, but this is Zoom Arista Records. But what's interesting is, here's what's interesting. If you have this album, most likely, not necessarily, but I've never seen this version before. Most likely it's just a blue, solid blue cardboard cover. A little bit of a shine on it, and that's about it. This is textured paper. This is almost really like a thin cardboard paper, but you can see those ridges that go up along here. Those are actually embossed in this textured paper. And then up top in silver ink, they've printed Silver Minds, or Simple Minds. And then on the back it has, that shows up nicely. But you can see that they have those strange ridges going up and down the album cover. And I've never seen that before. If anybody else has this, I sure would be interested in knowing if they have a copy like this. I don't know if this is a first pressing that has this, or just what. But when I saw that, I knew, yeah, it's kind of special, and the price was right, so I went in and grabbed it. I really don't understand why Simple Minds items, Simple Minds pressings, Simple Minds music goes for so good of a price. Those of you who don't like Simple Minds would probably be telling you right now it's because they suck. Yeah, okay, yeah. I don't think they suck. I think they're great up until, their big breakthrough, their real big hit, which was, it was so big I've forgotten about it. It was their, oh God, you're all screaming in the name of the album at me right now. So, tell everybody else. I got it. I can't remember what it is. But it had, it had big hits on it. It was a big breakthrough album. And that was a good album. I like that album too. But everything after that just fell by the wayside, it seems like. I think they did a live album, and they did a couple of other original albums, and they just didn't get back on track. But everything prior to that, I really enjoy. So anyway, nonetheless, happy to have this. I think there's one of their albums that I don't have, which is their very first album called Life in a Day. I think that's what it's called. It's like you're looking at a puddle or something like that. I don't know. I just never found a copy that I wanted to pick up. So anyway, got that. Another item I just picked up today. XTC 12-inch. I already had this. I bought this when it first came out back in, I think it was 86 or 87. This is a 12-inch single from Skylarking, Grass. And it includes, on the B-side, has all the words to this one. Extrovert and Dear God. So this was the first time Dear God made it to any kind of release. Was the early 12-inch release, and was it the B-side release or the 45? I can't remember. I'll have to take a look as I have this 45. But and Extrovert was a great song. It's Dear God is on here as a fully fleshed out song. Extrovert is, I want to say it's a demo, but maybe it isn't. Maybe it is a fully fleshed out album. But anyway, I can still remember the day that I picked this up, brought it home, and couldn't wait to get the album. And the album came out. I think a week later, the album was available. So Skylarking, and I was very happy. So this was like just priced right for a XTC 12-inch, especially this one, and from this album. So it's in beautiful shape. So very happy to have it. Let's see, a couple more things. Yeah, I'm gonna go over 20 minutes. It's just the way it is, folks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's sad. Beatles. I got a Beatles thing in the mail. Another Beatles thing. And this is sort of I always refer to it as the bastard child of the Beatles catalog, because they sort of disavowed. Oh, that didn't come out. That didn't get released. It never gets re-released. And it was basically a filler. It was August, I think, they released Revolver, and they were used to having product for the Christmas market, and they didn't have anything. So EMI decided, hey, let's just cobble together a bunch of hits and do a greatest hits package. And people hate this cover. It's not that great, but I'm actually getting to like it. I just recognize it instantly as being that album. So yeah, this came out 66 ish. I think December 6th, 66. I think is the date. And I saw this on eBay. It was along with a couple other copies of it. I think they had 3 copies, and this was like an original mono. It's got the flipbacks, and they said that it was a 67 press. And the only thing new on it, that was another thing, is they did a greatest hits package. That's nice, but why didn't they collect all of the, EPs and singles that had never been on an album and put that out there? That would have been a capital move, I guess. But doing a greatest hits wasn't. Anyway. I think they should have just done that. And I'm sure they talked about it, but whatever. We got this, or they got this. I didn't get this until later. I have another copy of it, but it's like a later 70s Fame label. It's actually got the Fame logo up here going across, but it doesn't have the Fame label on the record. It actually has a later 2-box EMI black and silver. What's nice about this is that when I looked at it, and there's a website that does a pretty good job of cataloging and showing you all the different variations. They listed it as very good plus. This thing is pretty darn immaculate. I would say this is near mint minus, if not very good plus. And it's mono plus. They said it was 1967. I checked this out, and it is a very first issue, 1966. And the way you can tell about that is if you look at the text of the songs. They use a serif font. They use like a Times Roman font. This was the only issue where they did that. The next run that they did, next pressing of it that they did in '67, they had gone to using a regular sans serif font, which would be like, Helvetica or something, which has no serifs on it. So when I was reading that, I looked and I saw, hey, this is the foray into serif fonts. I realized this is the original. This was the very original release of it, and it's a beautiful mono pressing, so couldn't be happier. Sometimes you get lucky with the dealers or the sellers, the way they mark up a record and tell you, what it is. And these folks, I'll make sure to mark them down and bookmark them and save them and go back to them because they did a really nice job of sort of lowballing the actual grading of the vinyl. The cover's a little dinged up here and there. It's got some, where people have opened it up and, crinked it a little bit. But all in all, I'm very glad to have this. I've got a Japanese pressing of it, part of that series, the Flag series, and I got that Fame copy. But I've always wanted it originally, the stereo mono, and mono is even better. So, Yahoo. Okay, 2 more things. Oh gosh, 23 minutes. Sorry, folks. So I've been wanting this, and I debated about getting the CD, and thought about, I'll get the vinyl. And I heard that the original release of the vinyl reissue came on clear vinyl. I was kind of hoping this was going to be that. It's not. It's a black vinyl. But it was a really good price. They said it was the first edition, so that made me think it maybe was the transparent vinyl. I kind of wonder if they didn't whoever owned this before didn't open it up to see if it was a transparent vinyl and then put it back or took it back or something, because they had it for a really good price on eBay, and it included the download card, and I figured, well, the download card is probably used. Wrong, it wasn't used. And it had all the extra tracks. It had all the tracks that were on the double CD release, plus getting it on vinyl, which was very cool. This is Laurie Spiegel, the Expanding Universe early electronic work, and it's just really interesting, really fun to listen to. Unseen Worlds, I think that's the label it's on. Let me pull it out. just because I can. Yep. And just to prove to you that it's not the transparent vinyl one. But there it is. So, if you like electronic music, and this is right up your alley, the vinyl's really good. I think you can find it at a fairly decent shape, fairly decent cost. And the download card gives you everything that's on that 2 CD release. That has even more of a work than what they can put on the original on this vinyl. So anyway, that's that, and I got one more thing, 2 more things to show. I may or may not show. I'm showing you a DVD of Yes, Symphonic Live. I bought this back in 2001. They were touring. I believe this was a tour for the Magnification album. I had to look at this. The Magnification album. And John Pickles, if you're watching, I believe that's how you pronounce your name. I hope it is. And that is a great name. If that really is your last name, thumbs up. You lucked out. I love that name. This is Yes, Symphonic Live, and it has a number of songs from that album on here. It's a 2-disc. If you can find this, I think this set might be out of print. I don't know. This DVD set. It's just it's a visual DVD, but it's in surround sound, which is nice. Dolby Digital. I thought it was a surround sound. Maybe it isn't. I lied. I thought it was surround sound. I guess it isn't. Oh, it is. It's in 5:1. I was right. It's in 5:1. Thought it was. Anyway, that's a really great live set. Symphonic, yes. Symphonic Live. And I believe John showed the new reissue or issue for the first time, I'm not sure, on vinyl of Magnification. So I wasn't familiar with the whole album, but I was familiar with those songs that they played on that live DVD. So, John, this is my copy of it. I was a little wary of picking it up because I couldn't find it anywhere in the States for a decent price. I went down to Silver Platters. They had one copy of it at a really good price. Was able to use a coupon to get a few more bucks off. And nabbed this. And also what's really, really nice about it, this is always a bonus, it's always a plus, because other than the nice gatefold and the information that's inside the gatefold and all that, there's not a lot going on with the packaging except that it's on this beautiful purple vinyl. Both discs look like this, nice custom labels. Haven't put this on to listen to it yet, but like I said, John, I'm glad you showed yours because that made me start looking for it. And when I saw a copy at Silver Platters, I jumped on it. I was very happy to get it. So thank you very much, John. I'll put that over there. So, okay, one last thing. I could save this for later. If you want to tune out now, please do. If you haven't, and if you haven't, why haven't you? However, Chris, Dixieland Farms, if you are watching this, this is a little specialty section for you. I was digging through the dollar bins and found some interesting stuff. Usually don't find too many things. I usually don't buy anything that I'm kind of wary of or just not quite sure about. But I found these 4 jazz albums, and they look like they're a private press. So I thought, well, that's kind of interesting, and they're all in great shape. And then I looked for them on eBay, and they were going for a lot more than $1. So I went ahead and picked them up, and they're the Blue Angel Jazz Club, proceedings of the Blue Angel Jazz Club. And recorded back, I think these were all recorded back in 1969. One's a double album. One is December 28, 68, and they're all different places. There's a double album here that's almost like a catch-all. That's got stuff from 68, 70, 71, 72, and 74. A whole bunch of jazz musicians. Some people I recognize, some I don't. But like this one, The Night They Raided Sonny's, the Ralph Stutton Trio and Bob Wilbur, recorded February 69 at Sonny's Rendezvous, Aspen, Colorado. And there's the cover. All the covers pretty much look the same. And I was surprised on eBay, there's a handful of these, and people are asking like 25 or 35 bucks a piece for them. That's nice. If they had been priced that there, I would not have picked them up. But for a buck, I was curious, especially because they're private press from California. So I should show you the label, not just look at it for myself. But, see, it's all washed out. Anyway, you can't see, but it has that little cherub-looking guy with the top hat on, playing a trumpet. I haven't listened to these yet, so this is going to be a little experiment into whether or not whether or not I'm going to like them. I don't know. If I can put them up on eBay, if I don't like them, and I can put them up on eBay and get a few bucks for them, maybe I'll do that. I've never sold on eBay before, so maybe this will be the first time I do. We'll see. But I was reading a little bit about the musicians and all this and that. And is it the same on all of these? I mean, they all have the same, basically the same cover. They just have different information down here and different people playing. Sometimes it's a lot of people, sometimes it's just a few. I mean, there's 4 of them total. And they all say Proceedings of the Blue Jazz, or the Blue Angel Jazz Club. Private Jazz Party on this one. This is the double that has a whole bunch of people on it. And I don't know, maybe there's somebody out there who's going to see this and go, hey, that's private press stuff and it's very rare, and who knows? I don't know. But this is sort of the catch-all one that seems to be almost like a greatest hits. I'm not sure. Anyway, privately recorded and released for club members and collectors of classic jazz. So who knows? What's interesting, what made me laugh ultimately, and I shouldn't laugh, it's just odd, because, anyway. So I was trying to read about, the musicians and how, who did what, who recorded this, who produced it, who whatever. So I get down here and it goes, I'm reading, it says, recording was done by Dr. George C. Tyler, a part-time proctologist, using a battery Ampex 350 and a lot of borrowed microphones. Part-time proctologist, spending his other time recording jazz. Recording was done by Dr. George C. Tyler, using a battery Ampex 350. Reads a lot better than telling me that he's a part-time proctologist. Anyway. Part-time proctologist. Recording. Yeah. It's a doctor doing the recording there. Pretty nice. I read it. Yeah, right. Recording. Right there. Part-time. Like a hobby. Okay. It's worth buying those things for that information alone. So, I'm sure he was a great proctologist. I'm not denigrating the man for being. I just think it's funny he was a part-time proctologist. So that's it. And I'm over 33 minutes. I should lop this off, shouldn't I? Too bad. Suffer, people. Anyway, I told you not to continue watching this anyways. That's okay. Anyway, I'll be checking these out and seeing if they're any good. Seeing if there's anybody out there who goes, oh, I can't believe you got those, because it might be, like I said, private press jazz records. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, take care. I'm going to do this under 35 minutes. Yes! Bye-bye.